Hi, I'm Nelly Furtado, and you're watching Billboard.com. It's been an amazing few years for me. Coming into this album, The Spirit Indestructible, I felt super inspired and ready to record in English again, and this music feels very alive, I think, as a product of taking that time out for myself and feeling alive and putting that life into the music. After every album, even from my first album, Whoa Nelly in 2000, I go through this phase where I think I never want to make music again. Artistic sort of destruction creation thing that I do, and it works for me, you know? I have to kind of go back down to zero after every tour and kind of feel completely like a piece of gray clay, and then I have to kind of build myself up again. And that comes from just living life. So I always want to connect with my listeners. I think I make music for real people. And I felt inspired by humanity. I just felt like, you know, why not a pop song that's positive and just kind of like gets you going, and it makes you dance, but it also makes you feel good about yourself. I think people need that right now. Yeah, some of this album is quite personal. It sounds all happy-dappy, but really there's a darker theme, which is realizing that success is not just a pot of gold that you swim in at the end of a rainbow, and, you know, period. You know, life is, you know, success, true success is the journey of success. It's finding balance in your life, finding time for hobbies and your own interests, friends, family, and that's something I've had to learn. On a whim, somebody said, you know, I think you should meet Rodney Darkchild Jerkins, and I liked his stuff. You know, he had done some hits, you know, that I just think are fabulous. And we met, and it was really magical. It was one of those chance meetings that just was, you know, probably one of the most important days of my career, I think, meeting him. And we hit it off. The first day we wrote the title track, Spirit Indestructible, and we kind of were like children, just in the studio, you know, experimenting and, you know, turn all the lights off and jump up and down and like write and try anything. One huge thing for me in my life the last couple of years has been I've hooked up with this organization called Free the Children, and I waited my whole career for a partnership like this. Nothing ever felt right until I went to Kenya on a trip 2 years ago, and I saw their projects and the schools they were building and met kids, you know, from the high schools they were building, and I felt so inspired, so I joined forces with them, and we started to build a new school this year in Kenya. I had my whole family there, so it's been like a really huge component of my life, and I've managed to kind of bring that together with my album and the themes of my album. That's why the album's called The Spirit Indestructible. My lyric video for Spirit Indestructible featured my friend Spencer West, who is a speaker for Free the Children. He became a speaker for Free the Children later on in his life. He had lived his whole life since age 4 without any legs, so he had to have them amputated when he was 4 because of a genetic disease. And to kind of hammer down the point and also to raise money for clean water projects, he climbed Mount Kilimanjaro, the tallest peak in Africa, just using his hands. And he documented this, and so with my collaboration with Free the Children, they gave us all the footage, and we created a lyric video that shows Spencer's climb, and it's a tribute to his climb. Because to me, like, he's one of the people that I've met that inspired the song, Spirit Indestructible. I wanted the first image of the song to be of Spencer, because he truly has the Spirit Indestructible. I just love introducing my fans to new stuff that they might not have been turned on to yet.